video about laziness. I'm a very lazy person as a character. I suppose lazy in terms of doing stuff that I don't want to do, and passionate in terms of doing stuff I do want to do. But when it comes to meditation, self-inquiry, discipline, when it comes to disciplined ways of reaching enlightenment, I'm very, very lazy. I'm hoping, I guess, that that's going to be a good quality. In terms of non-dual realization and self-realization and things like that, which are not parts of my experience because I still feel like an individual. But what I can't seem to do is just make effort to I just have no drive in that sense. So it's kind of weird thing whereby I see a lot of people doing stuff and like I'm just there's this huge resistance to meditating or even like people pop up on your screen. Sometimes you click on a thing and they're like, try to see that there's no past, and if you're like, try to see all these I always fail at these tests. These try to see things. I never see anything. I'm bad at it. My attention span wanes. Someone's talking to me, and the thing is, I want to know. I want to be self-realized, but I can't lock in with people. I just drift, and it's like, no, listen to the guy. I'm sure, come on. And then it's like I just drift. So all my eggs are in the Kundalini basket because I can't do the other stuff. Now, luckily, the Kundalini puts me sometimes in meditative states, which is great because I can't do it by myself, if that makes any sense. And I've got like ADD, and I'm not one of those guys, one of those intense meditators. But I was listening to Adyashanti just now talk about how an energetic Kundalini awakening, although it tends to come around the time of self-realization, either before or after or around about that time, there's no structure to it in terms of it leading to self-realization. It may not. It doesn't necessarily. In the same way, someone who's had a non-dual realization or self-realization may have little to no energetic movement at all. There just seems there's no structure to any of it. There's no and so when he said that, I found that really interesting, and I guess he's probably right. But I suppose for me, I've just kind of put my eggs in the Kundalini, but I'm just hoping, obviously, that it's going to lead me to self-realization, because that's what I'm interested in ultimately. I mean, the Kundalini is really, what he said actually was that the Kundalini is the person becoming more awake in the dream. So having mystical experiences and being more receptive to higher states of consciousness and things like that, which obviously is great if you're going to be a dream character. It's an upgrade for the dream character, like in a video game. You got the new sword and the new axe and whatever, magic skills. But it's not, the dream hasn't become lucid, which is what I would say self-realization is. So there's upgrades, which is Kundalini to the character and the person. And then there's self-realization. And of course, if you've got tons of great upgrades and there is self-realization, then my guess is you can come back into the body and be a very effective teacher or leader potentially, because of the physical is now in tune with your true nature. This is stuff that I've heard about and not experienced. But the point of this video is to say that there is a lot of confusion here, and I suppose the hope for me is that Kundalini will pay off, and it will deliver on its perceived promises of self-realization, because I am simply too lazy, to be honest, to do anything effortful. I am just too lazy. I would rather watch a movie or go out or have a drink, and that's just my personality. It's not right or wrong, but I try sometimes. I think, I feel like I should. These people, all these other people seem to do it. Let's give it a go. And I do want self-realization. I do want to. I am primed for truth. My compass has always been pointing at truth. But for me, the way there, I don't think, is through effort. Or if it is, I don't think I'm going to get there, basically. I think I can't. It feels like so much work. I mean, self-inquiry meditation might be really fun for some people. For me, it feels like lifting heavy bricks. It feels very counterintuitive. It doesn't feel like what my body wants. It doesn't feel like what Kundalini wants, even. I mean, now if I try and meditate, it feels like interference. It feels like interference with whatever beautiful thing it's doing. And I have so much energy moving around. It's all very intense anyway. So the moment I start focusing on my breath, like even now, like I just get this third eye. It all starts going mental, and it's just like I don't need it to go mental, I'm quite happy to let it. So I'm all about allowing and surrendering. I think are qualities that I'm innately good at, just as a character. Laziness, allowing, surrendering, going limp. These are things that seem to be part of my just body mind, just the way I am, I'm laid back, go with the flow kind of guy. So I'm hoping, I would like to be self-realized, because just to get rid of the confusion, and obviously I'm still seeking and stuff like that. But what I will say is that, I've always been not aligned, but my compass has always been pointing to truth. And the Kundalini came about because I was listening to non-duality, and because the seeking was coming to an end, not because I was chasing mystical experiences or Kundalini, even know what Kundalini was. So it does seem to be a byproduct of the seeking of truth. So I don't know. But my instinct is to really let go and just let this thing. Because I think for me, there's just no point in banging my head against walls. That and maybe that will come later. Maybe they'll have some energetic shifts and experiences, and 3 years from now, I'm like, man, I really feel like sitting and forcing a little meditation here, or forcing myself to do some self-inquiry. But the forcing, I don't like it. I don't like forcing my body and my mind into states, or just forcing anything. It doesn't feel natural to me. I'm amazed that people do it, But I do think it's an ADD thing, or maybe a lack of discipline, and maybe I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe it's a subconscious thing, or there's stuff in me that I don't want to see. So maybe it's avoidance. Maybe I don't. Maybe my real reason for not meditating is because I'm avoiding my issues. I don't know. It could be that as well. It doesn't feel like that. It could be that. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like something I want to do. So we'll see. I'll see where this all goes. Wow.